What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome back to your Totally Cool channel. And you are on Superhero Saturday. We are featuring the Mark 16, the Mark 16 of the Iron Man House Party Protocol, made by ZD Toys, licensed by Disney. Yep, you heard it right. We're going back in time because we're finished with the Mark 21st on our last Iron Man review. This one came in during our walk around the ToyCon 2025 about a couple of weeks ago. So we got it from our unofficial vendor or supplier for the ZD Toys Iron Man armors, Laruanan. That's the name on the Facebook page, and he's a really cool guy. Shout out to you, dude. Thank you for always filling the need for the Iron Man suits. We want to build our collection into finally having that wall of armor and having the house party protocol complete. So let's head on to the main event of this particular episode. So we are talking about the Mark 16. I keep forgetting the Mark 16. By the way, I just got a message from this guy, from Laru Anan, that Mark 15, Iron Man War Machine Mark II, Mark 35, Mark 25, and Mark 26 are all in transit together with the ZD Toys Hulkbuster. I'm excited for those to arrive and join the collection. But in the meantime, let's look at the packaging for the Mark 16. All right, we have finished the Mark 17, we have finished the Mark 21, and now we're on Mark 16. And as you see, the front of the box, it's visually appealing, just like the rest of them. ZD Toys has really made its mark in coming up with nice, very crisp looking boxes and packaging. On the right side, you only see Iron Man Mark III. Why? Because these suits were featured or came out during that particular scene at the port of Iron Man 3. So you've got on the left side, you've got Mark 16 on an action pose. All right, he's got both repulsor blasters or repulsor whatever's on his hands pointing towards the enemy, and you've got that nice Iron Man look. On the back, you see the back-to-back on this side, and you see the 3 window panes that shows the accessories, the action pose, and the action pose with a stand. So he comes with multiple hands as per usual, and this is a 1/10 scale. I think it's about 6 or 7 inches. Really suits well and fits any Iron Man collection, particularly if you're into building this armada of Iron Man armor. So let's get right down to it and let's open him up. All right, let's get our pink cutters. No reason why they're pink, just so happens to be very cheap on the market and very reliable. And let's just take out the plastic and voila. All right, okay, throw that somewhere, don't make a mess. Let's get to the toy. It's okay, you got the magnetic flap on the right. Let's open it this way, and then let's start moving the box. Okay, I honestly, I've been missing the inserts, primarily because they added a nice surprise after you open the box, but you know, not really a downer. It's not a deal breaker. So let's take him out. By the way, the code name, because they all had nicknames, just like Tony Stark wanted to give or gave a lot of these a lot of the other Avengers nicknames. Like he gave Thor the nickname Point Break, right? Okay, and Captain America was named Capsicle. So all of these Iron Man armors had nicknames. Mark 17 was the Heartbreaker. Then Mark 21 was Midas because of the gold. This one is called Disco. Now, the reason why it's called Disco, it's because it's more stealthy, it's more You see the lights a little bit more. I don't know if this one is illuminated, but you've got the disco nickname because of the I think the colorway. So you've got the, as per usual, the stand, the alternate hands. You've got 3 pairs of alternate hands. The fists are on the figure already, and you've got 4 blast effects, 2 for the hands and 2 for the feet. Okay, you've got the flying and firing effect, and you've got the firing effect when he's standing up, and you've got the stand. With this time, wonderful is it's got the clip. It's got the spring clip that allows you to put it around his waist, and he can be floating on that stand. And let's get right down to the woo figure. I'm excited. Yeah, baby. All right. This one was still powered by Jarvis. Jarvis? Jarvis? Yeah, Jarvis. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like the color. I think it's equal parts red, gold, matte black, or shiny black, and then you've got silver. Let's set this aside. I want you to focus on. Let's show. I think this is going to be better. If you look at the face of Iron Man, normally the face would have a lip line somewhere here, okay, there's a lip line somewhere here. This one does not have one. You see the Iron Man armor, I'll show you, I'll put it in a picture somewhere. It's got that wave, and it's got a line where the mask closes, okay. This one does not have that. It goes directly to the chin, okay. I'll mark it somewhere, but let's get right down to the figure. Wow. This one pops. And it's more slender, it's more sleek, it's shinier though. I think the red is shinier. I think it's even taller than the others. I don't know. Maybe we should get one in comparison. Okay. As per usual, let's do the articulation review. Okay, the neck tilt, this one. Can you do a full neck tilt? Okay, same. Not too high, not too high. Can look down. The neck tilt down is more than the neck tilt up. The twist on the right, on the left, very minimal because the neck is bulkier. It's got more heft or more girth. All right, now let's see about the shoulders. This one is, yeah, you can flip up. Okay, you can flip it up, and then you've got the 90 degrees. So this has to be moved a little bit so that it heads on the shoulder guard, on the collarbone, yeah. And then not full, it goes full 90, but you have the bicep twist. And then you've got the pinless, but oh, okay, very limited 90-degree elbow joint. And then you've got the wrists. Simple, rotating, not too much of a flip. Okay, not too much. This one's rather limited, I think. Okay, this one has the most limited wrist joint that I've seen in most of the Iron Man armors that we've reviewed so far. And then you've got the waist. Oh, I'm sorry, there's no waist turn at all. This one's one solid piece. The joint is right up here in the torso. It just moves up and down and a little bit to the side. You can rotate it, but it's gonna be limited by the back part. Okay, this one's digging into the rib cage. Okay, now on the legs. Oh, okay, that's a first. This is the first one that has some sort of articulation on the leg or on the hip side of the armor. Okay, it's not a full articulation, it doesn't go all the way out, it just moves a bit when you try to lift the leg. Moving forward, again hampered by the groin, and on the way back, same thing, hampered by this one. And you've got, oh, I love the boots. The boots are now black or gray, and you've got the silver knees, or the back of the knees. Double jointed, I think. Are they double? Oh no. Are you double jointed? No, no. Okay, it's not double jointed because this part hits this mold. Okay, so very limited in the articulation department. This one is, it moves up there. Again, the boot has limitation because of the flares of the boot casing here. Okay, so the ankle articulation also very limited. Okay, this is probably one of the less less posable figures that we've seen in the Iron Man line of the ZD Toys release. Let's see if there's another special. I always look for special features, particularly on the back, to see if there's anything that really just catches my attention. This one does not have that. It does not have a hinge on the back. Normally you see the flight control panels or whatever. This one does not have that. It has it here, and there are no weapons on this one. Okay, I do like the articulation. I'm sorry, I do like the paint scheme. Okay, so let's make this a quick review. There's not really much to review. There's not a lot to talk about. So let's do a comprehensive look. Number one, from the box. The box itself, ZD Toys masterpiece, really nice, on the shelf. If you're gonna display your collection, it's either you're gonna display it in a Hall of Armor type deal, or you can even display them like I do, where they're in the box and it showcases they're on the side and you see the different armors. Okay, pretty nifty, pretty nifty. The box can be a display case. Okay, and then it also protects your figure because it's got a nice cover. Okay, so if you're a box collector and you don't have enough space to collect or to store your boxes, you can store your figure inside your box. Out of the box, first impression, like you've seen my reaction, it was like, woo, yeah. The paint scheme, it just jumps at you. I after the disappointment of the Midas, where I saw the lines like they were drawn on, not painted on. This one adds a little bit more oomph to the figure. As particularly, you can see the paint job where you have clear lines between the red, the black, the gold, and you've got the accents, even the gloves. If you look at the gauntlets, you see that there's a line between the red and the black. It does have a stealthy look to it. Okay, I would love for it to be illuminated, or to have an LED some type of deal will allow the lights, the ice, or the arc reactor to light up, or some other parts. But other than that, the paint job is really cool. Especially if you look at the legs, there's a lot of things going on there. You've got touches of gold. You've got the red mostly on the quads, and then you've got mostly gray on the boot, and then you've got touches of silver splattered here and there, which breaks out the outline. It's really cool. So yeah, out of the box, it's a nice figure. At the same time, it just stands firmly, probably because you've got bigger boots this time. It does not have an articulation on the toe, but it's got bigger boots. It's got bigger feet than the others. Now, playability. This one is the least playable of all, and probably the least posable of all. Mainly because you've got the limited elbow joints and you've got the limited knee joints. Excuse me. You also have very limited ankle joints and the wrist. Posability was sacrificed for the aesthetic of the look and the clunkiness of the armor. It's stealthy and it's still safe. It's more stealthy. It's stealthier and it's more durable. So if for example, he's using this armor to, say, sneak into a territory, but he might get caught, you wanna be able to survive leaving that area. So that's, I think, why it's designed this way. Price point, you can never go wrong. I've said this time and time again, and I'll say it again until I'm hoarse in the throat. If you want to start an Iron Man collection, if you want to continue keeping an Iron Man collection, but you're on a budget, ZD Toys is really the best way to go. If you're in the Philippines and you're in Manila, Laruanan is the best place to get it because they're cheaper than your local toy stores. Okay? Shout out to all my fellow toy collectors in Manila. Guys, let's help our local toy sellers and just, reach out to them and really give them the support that they need. These big toy stores already have a lot of money. So let's help our fellow guys out there. Let's help the community. Now, and this guy, and Laruanan has always been very reliable, coming up with a new stuff. And so the items that we get from him is cheaper. So it doesn't hurt your budget. You can probably get one without breaking the budget. So that's the price point. What else? Posability, shelf appeal. Pass fail. No, I think it's a pass on the shelf appeal, but and the colorway is also very distinct. At the end of the day, it's about collecting the whole line, and if you're gonna need this guy along with you, if you're gonna bring this guy into your collection, he has a special, distinct colorway that sets him apart from the others. Especially if you set him beside the Heartbreaker, which is Mark 16. So this is more streamlined, heftier, colors popping, compared to the Heartbreaker where it's got a distinct chest piece. So let's do an overall toy review and see if this guy is not cool, if this guy is cool, or if Mark 16 is totally cool. Quite easy decision for me. Mark 16 is cool. Alright? Leave something in the comment section. If you think he's totally cool, if you think he's not cool, tell me why. I would love to hear from you, and we would love to hear your comments on our reviews. And I think I've said my piece about this particular item, about this particular armor, and this particular mark, and this particular review is about done. Thank you for staying with us until the end, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episodes. Today is Superhero Saturday. We've got a ton of stuff waiting for you in the next few weeks, so keep on watching. Don't forget to hit like if you think this video is something that you would like watching, and then hit the subscribe button so that you could be part of our ever-growing toy family. Finally, follow us on Facebook and TikTok, and hit that bell button so you get notified for any future content that we will be coming out every 3 days of every week, maybe 4. Who knows? I leave it to you to share what you think of this figure, and with that, we thank you for watching. All right, and don't forget, guys, toys are not just cool; they're totally cool. So happy collecting. Bye bye.